Oftentimes we think that we know somebody when we, go on to their, social media and we look at their page and we see who they follow and things like that. We think that we know somebody, or we go to somebody's house and we see that they're in sin, or we find out about a sexual sin, and we get into this world where we're like, well, we know you, um, let's keep our distance. And in fact, I heard this from a pastor talking about, how he knows people, off of, going on like social media, looking at to see who you follow, and he just knows everything about you. Well, no, that's not true. That's not how it works. Um, and you don't know somebody just because you went to their house and you saw them, doing a sinful act. Yes, that does say something about them, right? Like it says that they need help. Um, that's basically what it says. It says that you need to pray over them. You need to pray for them. That's what it says. Um, Although other than that, it doesn't really say anything else about them. It doesn't say anything on who they are as a person. I mean, what if it's just a sin issue that they have a problem getting rid of? Um, Maybe they need deliverance from that problem. You don't know that because you don't know them. And so to make a judgment call based on going over to somebody's house one time and seeing them commit a sinful act does not mean that you know them. Going to somebody's social media page and seeing the things that they follow does not mean that you know them. Knowing somebody means that you spend time with them. You have known them for years, and I'm not talking about 3 years. I'm talking more about 5, 7, 10 years. But get this, even though you have known somebody for, say, 10 years, that still does not mean that you know everything about them. Why? Because to know things about them, you're going to have them be vulnerable. And you're going to have to be vulnerable. You're going to have to have hard conversations, conversations that are hard to talk about. That's how you build a really strong relationship, is the both sides are vulnerable. That's one half of it. The other half is you spend time with them. You spend a lot of years with them. So there's two things to it. There's spending a lot of time with them, and then a lot of years. And that's how you really get to know somebody. Getting to know somebody means you understand them. And by understanding them means that you allow grace. So because you understand why they do certain things that you don't do. Like, they might text really long messages, and that's something that you might not do, but you understand why, because you know them. You've gotten to know them. You've took the time to know them. Therefore, you come to an understanding of why they do that. Going on somebody's Facebook page or coming to their house one day and seeing a sinful act does not, you don't understand why, because you don't know them. If you don't know them, you cannot come to a understanding. Now, however, if you meet somebody new and then you find out later that they have, because you caught them in a sinful act, you can still forgive them, because you can try to come to an understanding, and you can still forgive them. And that's what we need to do. Because, see, often we meet somebody, and then we, like, say, go over to their house or whatever, and we see them commit a sinful act, and then we distance ourselves, from them, because we see them commit a sinful act, or maybe they say something to us that maybe hurt us, or whatever it may be, and then we go, oh, I know everything about you. I want you at a distance. Keep your distance. And instead of inviting them in. And that's still that's not right. We need to change that. We need to fix that. We need to, instead, we meet somebody new, we, we catch them in the act of sin, and we are able to forgive them and still be like, all right, it's fine. Like, we need to come to an understanding regardless if we know them or not, is basically what I'm saying. And because we cannot just be like, oh, I know I don't really know you, but no, keep your distance. Like, no, that's not how we should be handling those situations. And so I just wanted to make a part 2 to kind of touch up on what was said in part 1.